Mike Masonbrink with a nice pass. We're going to turn the pro stock pickup loose here. Current points leader in the class. He's won the points 5 out of the last 6 seasons, and he's number 1 right now.
Keith Hammonds out of Green City, Missouri, calls the truck bipolar. You know this is a hard hitter right here, ladies and gentlemen. Bipolar Keith Hammonds out of Green City, Missouri.
Masonbrink pulls into 4th at 340.08.
I think we might have a new leader. I kind of shot Ron a sideways glance at 75 feet. He wasn't fully into it. Ron kind of looked back and he says, wait till 100. He was on top of it and he was gone.
He's gone. Now, that guy is a track reader. He'll be out here at 6 o'clock in the morning reading the track. When they're building the track, he'll be out here reading it. I give him a hard time about it. I tried to tell him the track was restricted today. He couldn't come out and look at it. But he knows the track really well at every event we go to. Studies the track.
He was looking to beat 318.97. 331.33. Keith Hammonds out of Green City, Missouri, in the bipolar truck takes over the lead. Give him a big round of applause.
Welcome, everybody, to Outlawed Live. I'm your co-host, Jason Schultz. Blake Otte is going to be our host tonight. He's going to take us through. We gave Ron the night off. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day. Blake, did you have the weekend off, or did you load up the tractors and sneak away and go pulling somewhere?
No, we had the weekend off. So that was pretty much the first weekend off that we've had all year, and we're done. So it's kind of a relief.
I think if people knew how much time, it's not just the money, it's the time that pulling takes. It's insane. And I mean, I've done it from a puller standpoint, and I hope to do it again when I get my new tractor done someday. But just running around with Outlaw TV, it's a big sacrifice plate for a family, your friends, everybody. You just go all summer long. And I mean, it's addicting, as you know. You've grown up in this sport, but it's a lot of fun. But thank you for joining us tonight on Outlawed Live. Blake Ott is our 3-time light limited mod champion. Before we get talking with Blake, I do want to let you know, sign up for all you pullers heading to Unionville, Missouri this Friday night, or Buckner, Missouri this Saturday night. The sign up is open on the Outlaw app now, so head over to the app. And don't forget, pullers, you sign up on the app, but you still need to check in with Lori or Julie minimum 2 hours before the pull to confirm you're there. If you have rules, pullers, if you have rule changes you want to your class, they have to be to your class rep, or you can just email them to kurt@outlawpulling.com. Spencer's the last day we can get those in. That's been very standard operating procedure for quite a few years now. And then full pull will have games up for all you fans out there that want to make picks for Unionville, Missouri. So, Blake, tell us some of your early pulling memories, what it meant growing up with the dad. Kind of give us the full Ott background, if you don't mind.
Well, I've been tractor pulling as long as I've been alive, going to tractor pulls anyway. Yep. I first drove a tractor when I was probably 13 years old. Actually, me and Andrew Beckman built a mini rod tractor that we campaigned for 3 or 4 years. And so that was my first driving experience, actually, for him and I. And
who'd you pull that with, Blake?
We pulled it with the Nebraska Garden Tractor Pullers is who we pulled with at that time. I don't think that organization even exists anymore. I know there's an Iowa Garden Tractor Pullers Association that still exists that does kind of the same thing that they were doing at that time. Before that, I think my earliest tractor pulling memory was when my dad pulled single engine econo-mod tractor back in the 90s. It was called Hammer Time. And that was probably when I was 2 or 3 years old. And I remember that. And probably one of the biggest memories, I guess, is when my dad bought a twin engine Allison tractor. We never really pulled that with any organization at one time. Nowhere around here would allow twin Allisons in any modified class. And we weren't going to go run, Grand National NTPA or Region NTPA with it. So we ran it for one whole summer here as a twin, pretty much at every county fair that we went to, because he also owned the sled at the time. And so wherever event we went to, I think we hooked that twin engine tractor probably 10 times that summer at all the local county fairs. And I guess that was probably my earliest memory of that. And that was probably 1999.
Just kind of for exhibition, Blake?
Yep.
So Gage just sent this picture to me. That looks like you right there.
Yep. I don't know what year that would have been, but
in the bottom of the picture I zoomed in on, it says May 15th of 2011. So
yep, that's probably about right.
You were just a youngster then, Blake. Yep. Just a little youngster. So that's pretty fun. That was
kind of nice when we built that tractor. That V8 class was a bunch of old guys that were probably 50 or 60 years old, and a couple of 14-year-old kids come out and whooped up on them for a few years. So
yeah, I bet they enjoyed that a lot. So if you're just joining us for Outlawed Live, it's Tuesday, September 5th. Talking with Blake Ott, your 3-time light limited mod champion with the Allisons. I love the light limited mod class, Blake, that are with the Outlaws. It's so fun. It's like watching European modified pulling on YouTube. You never know what engine combination is going to come next. With Wes Seaver's edition of the diesel this year, of course, you got the turbines. I hope I'm saying that right. Turbine or turbine. I always get yelled at for saying that wrong. And then, of course, Dalton Henry's thing. I don't know that LS. I don't know all the stuff like Ron does, but it's awesome. The light limited mod class. If you're watching the show, I know a lot of promoters ask for that class now. Blake, it's really come a long ways. And I know that you and your dad and your brother help with a lot of the vehicles in the class. Can you kind of talk about that? You guys just have a light limited mod shop and everybody comes over and you work on them together, or what?
Well, kind of sometimes. We take great pride in, the class and having all the different combinations. It's a struggle trying to make everything work out and, have it be competitive and things like that. Like with, any modified competitor, I'll tell you, it's probably one of the hardest classes to keep, stable, because there's just so many different engine combinations. But that's also what makes the class so likable as well. It just takes a lot of work to do that. And I don't think a lot of people will understand, from outside the class, how much work it actually is to make that happen. And, we put in a lot of effort to, encourage people to do, whatever they want in our class, as long as it's, we can come up with some sort of rule package that works for whatever combination. It's encouraging to have somebody go build something new and something different, because your run of the mill class, that's, the cookie cutter class, so to speak. I mean, from my understanding, or, my eyes, I can't watch something like that, and I wouldn't expect any spectator to watch something like that and be entertained as well,
Well, I'm a big diesel tractor guy, and we have wore out the words limited and light and pro and super, and we have way too many different classes. I don't know, we got to do something about it eventually someday, but I just love the fact that this is one of the unique classes. Your class to me is like a lot like the light limited super stock class nationally. You see you see some legit Alice Chalmers in there's and Fords, and not just red and green. That's really what I enjoy about your class a lot. So
and what the tractor classes have going for them is, the farmer crowd that still is the red green show all the time, where a modified, really doesn't have that. A modified class from majority of the modified classes here in the United States, it's like, well, is he running a new minor Hemi? Is he running a new Vinny Hemi or what? And from the stands, it's hard to tell from the average spectator, what's the difference. But when there's 3 or 4 of them on there and they all sound the same and they all virtually look the same, well, it kind of gets disappointing after a while. The horsepower is still respectable, but, to see the same tractor go down the track 10 times kind of is discouraging too.
Yeah, no, again, I can tell you from legit point of view that you get a lot of requests to have your class. That's good, because it's came a long ways. I would say just in a few short years of doing that. Is there a horsepower range that you guys try to keep the vehicles around, Blake? Because
we're kind of shooting for like 2,500 to 3,000 horsepower.
Okay.
Most combinations are probably going to be pretty close to that. That's kind of where we would like to have it and where we'd like to keep it. Obviously there's always going to be some outliers, either plus or minus, but trying to make those rules up as you go, and kind of equal them out every single year to kind of keep all those combinations competitive. That's where the interesting part comes in a lot of times.
No, I agree. Cole Lundell, we're watching your class from Thursday night in Wisner. I'm just bringing that up from Outlawed TV, just to have that playing in the background while we're chatting. Cole Lundell says, when you built the new frequent flyer in Warhawk, what was the inspiration behind the metal flake plate? Just for looks or to change things up?
Well, actually, the original plan when I built frequent flyer is it was going to get painted silver, and then we were probably going to get it airbrushed or wrapped or something at that point. And then literally, I think I was gone the day that it got painted, and Gage and Dad were driving through the new Chevy lot here in town. They were eating lunch, and they said, "Hey, we're going to paint it this new tri-coat red color." And I was like, "Whatever, I really don't care." So then that's the color that got picked out, and then it looked too good to put any graphics or stickers on, so that's the way it stayed.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful tractor. It turned out sharp, super, super sharp. Great question, Cole. Thank you for doing that. Russ Dostal, super fan Russ, says, "What do you have a most memorable or satisfying win, Blake, or do they all kind of feel good? Like anything? Like, what's your hometown pull? Is it Wayne, Nebraska, or is it Wisner?
Yeah, I consider Wayne my hometown pull. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you had a good pass there. So.
Most memorable win, I guess. I think it would have been probably like 2015 Rock Valley. That was when Outlaw was doing the TV with the NBC sports guys and stuff like that. And those NBC sports guys were like awesome all summer long that year, and they did great interviews. And I think I had won the class by quite a long ways. And I think the guy that was interviewing me at the end of the track was really excited, and I don't know. I guess that's the win that'll always stick out in my mind.
Were they interviewing you while you're still on the tractor, or when were they doing the interviews? Because I need some ideas next year, Blake.
I think I had just gotten off the tractor, like kind of how they pull you around the corner down there at the end of Rock Valley, and I think I had just gotten off the tractor there. It was where they were doing the interview.
That's cool. So that's something we can implement there, big man. These are good ideas to have, so I appreciate that. So A lot. I love to hear that kind of stuff. That's cool. Because I've always
Yeah.
I want to get that microphone in your face a little bit, but I also want to give you a little bit of privacy. You know what I mean? So,
No,
were
I
they
guess I kind of enjoyed that. I felt like the guys that did that production did a pretty good job. They always asked neat questions and they did little interviews and stuff like that. And
awesome.
I guess that's what made it exciting for me. I guess.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it because we're looking for new ideas all the time. Our goal this year was to just learn how to do it.
Yeah.
and then really kind of take it to the next level. And that's the one thing, because with the camera, you notice we've been doing a lot of starting line stuff, but we know we need to do more interviews. And did they interview every puller, Blake, or like just the winner? Or how did they do that?
I think they did a lot of interviews at the end of the track. I think if they had time between runs and things like that, I think they were trying to interview everybody. I don't know if every interview, made it into the production when it was done, but yeah. I think most of the time they did interview pretty much everyone leaving the track.
Was that the stuff that you can go back and watch on Masters Entertainment or whatever?
Yep.
Does that ring a bell?
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen some of that on YouTube before, so I'm going to rewatch some of that because I went back to some old inspiration like the 80s and 90s of the old ESPN2 with Doc Riley and stuff like that, and watched some of their camera angles and things and showed that to our Outlaw Pulling TV team. I was like, this is what we need to bring back. I love that's the stuff I remember as a kid, Blake.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff. Again, if you're just joining us, it's Tuesday, September 5th, Outlawed live. Ron Stone has the night off. I'm covering for him tonight. He gave me the night off last Tuesday. We've been trying to catch up on a few things outside of work, outside of the pulling world, and it's all good. We're talking with Blake Otte. He is a 3-time light limited modified champion. The Otte name is synonymous with the Outlaws, the bush pullers, different things like that over the years for pulling. When's the last time your dads drove? One time last time you see Bodie in the seat.
Whenever Gage turned 16, so I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago, I suppose.
Does he miss it, or does he have any itch to get back in the seat? Or
he says not. It's kind of nice, because when we have 2 tractors there, you pretty much have to have somebody on the ground. You can't just run around and do everything yourself. So, we really appreciate what he does, and he always tags us along to all the pulls, drives the truck, and he's always there to pull us around with the Kubota and everything. And you need that guy there. I think he enjoys that, and as much as he complains about the politics of tractor pulling and dealing with that portion of it, I think he enjoys that a lot more than he'll ever lead on. So
I don't think that'll ever go away, Blake. I've tried to play thoughts out of my head with the politics and the griping, and I just think that's going to be. I think whenever men are involved in horsepower and winning, and I think that's just going to be something we're going to have to deal with. But I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying a lot. I like a lot about that. But it's good stuff. Like at the state fair, you were teaching, and I know Gage drove the tractors both times, and your dad had him spotted and ready to go. So I mean, that was kind of cool to see him do that too. So, do you have any new pulling shirts? Russ Dostal's asking.
We haven't had new shirts made in like 5 years, so it's probably due now that we have both new tractors done. So probably look out for those about this winter sometime. We'll get those done.
If and you don't have to answer this question, but if I called you and said, Blake, I'm not going to build a diesel super, I want you and your dad to put me together a light limited mod, Allison, do you have enough parts, and what would it cost roughly?
Probably could have enough stuff to build one that would be for sale.
Okay.
I don't know. I would say, just a rough throw out there for most everyone. And this is probably just a blanket statement for about the whole class. I would say if anybody's, interested in how much it costs to build a light limited mod, because it is a growing class. And I get asked this all the time. And I would say anywhere from $75,000 to $100,000, you're probably going to be able to, be a pretty competitive tractor in our class.
Well, that's neat. I like that a lot. I was curious. I wasn't sure at all, but I was curious about that. And I love your class. I mean, it's one of the ones that I belly up to the bar. We always make sure you get a video. It's just, I love Allison's. I always have. They're so cool. I'm a big World War II history buff guy. My first tractor had that. I had the old, the bomber artwork on there with my Remedy girl. And then I just love the different engine combinations because you never know who's going to will. I kind of think, you know, you guys have been favored, the Allisons, but I'm telling you, Dalton's coming hard on you with the LSs. And then I know, you know, Wes Severs, you know, that thing's close.
Yep.
What's his name with the Patriot? Is that Doug's tractor or is that Jeff's tractor?
Yep.
Who owns that?
Yep. Doug owns that tractor, and I think you know, Geiger does a lot of the work on it too, and campaigns it quite a bit on, you know, up in this area anyway.
Are there any other combinations that we haven't seen yet that you think are potential, or do you not want to give any secrets out?
You know, for the longest time, you know, we always wanted somebody to build a 640 diesel with a 4.1 on it like Wes Severs did. And that was kind of in my book, that was the last combination that we needed to make our class complete, you know, because I don't think there's, you know, I think there's a ton of different rules in that class. And I think there's pretty much a tractor out there for every single rule. So
let's go through all the different combinations. I know you don't. So we got the Allison with you guys.
Yep.
And then we have Wes's, his diesel basically, right?
Yep. So then you can also have 505 alcohol ag motor with a 4.1 turbo on it as well.
Okay. Now, is that kind of like what Don Nelson had on his big mod?
Yep. So it'd be, you know, like a 6-cylinder limited to 505 cubic inches, push rod, aluminum cylinder head, 4.1 turbo.
Okay.
And then we also have an ag motor in that class that was in Wisner, which been Danny Metcalf's. That is a little ag motor. I think it's 400 and some cubes.
Is that Brett Long's? Is that Brett Long's old motor? Is that that one?
Yep.
Yeah. I think we showed that one at the beginning of this show tonight.
Yeah, I think he was on there. Yep.
Is the Plowboy this one? Plowboy Express?
Yep. And so I don't remember exactly what the cubic inch limit is on that, but he does have an overhead cam on that.
Okay.
But I think he's limited to 400 or so cubes thereabouts. Then you got the turbines, so you can have two Lycoming L11 turbines in the class. You can have one T53 Lycoming L13, or you can have one Lycoming T55 L7 in the class. You can have the Ford tank motor, like what's on there now, 1100 cubic inches, twin turbos, 88 by 98 millimeter turbos on there. Any wedge-headed automotive engine combination under 750 cubic inches with 3x3 turbos or 76 millimeter turbos. That'd be like what Dalton's tractor rules fall under.
Okay, that thing's hard.
Trying to think. Oh, and then obviously the single blown Hemi. You know, so you can have a billet.
I think that like what Brian Fuhr has.
Yep. So I think the engine or the rule reads for that is any billet automotive engine under 650 cubic inches with a 1471 supercharger.
Got it.
I think that's it. I think that's all of them. I might be missing one, but I think that's pretty much
amazing.
It.
That is super amazing. Hey, did Severs tractor? Did he have something going on at the rear end? I've noticed it went left on him a couple times in a row. Or is that just getting hooked into the track?
Mid season, the needle bearing cross did go out of that tractor, so I had to rebuild him a differential for that tractor halfway through the season, and then I think I got that all worked out after that. So
yep, that's kind of what I figured because it was going left on him hard.
Yep.
So, a couple times. That's scary as hell. So when they don't want to stop.
If it wasn't for those two runs, he might have beat me in the points.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's such a fun class. Such a fun class. What's the beginning of this class? Do you remember what year it kind of got popular with the Outlaws? Is this something Roberts did, or is this something Van Beek did, or carried over, or does it come from Nebraska Bush?
The class, originally started in the late 90s. So I would say like 1998, I mean, you got to remember I was 3 years old at this point, but I think in 1998 is when the rules kind of got changed to what's similar to what they are now.
Okay.
Because at that point, the light mod class in Nebraska Bush was pretty much single 500 cubic inch V8 engines, naturally aspirated. So you had a ton of naturally aspirated 454s. My dad was running a 440 Chrysler. So that was pretty much the class. And then after that, I think they decided, I don't know what, brought it up, but they wanted to advance a little bit farther than what just, econo mods were. So they opened it up to like the turbine, the Lycoming turbine would have been one combination at that time that they let slide. And then the Allison on gas, and then the blown Chevy at that point. And that's what kind of got it into what it is today.
That's awesome. Just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Do you guys, have you done much indoor pulling? Is it just, you can't really go any other place in Cowtown, or do they have any other classes anywhere?
I mean, we used to pull in, Lincoln at the Cornhusker Classic, and then Cowtown Showdown. Yeah.
Yep. I should call Tucker and see if he can add a class for you guys at Shipshewana. He's letting the Outlaw Super Farms pull now, in his like 9,000 Super Farm class.
Right.
So that's kind of neat to see. So
I think he did. I don't know if he did that pull down in, what was that, Southern Illinois deal?
Yeah, he did. That was Brad Holzhauer's in DuQuoin down there. I remember the single engine V8s down there.
Yep.
And the turbines. That was fun. So, well, cool. Anybody you want to thank here tonight? I'm gonna get to Tanner Michael next. Talk about Unionville this week. Anybody you want to thank? Oh, hold on. I had a really cool picture of your baby sit on top of your. I stole it off your Facebook page. Let me go find it real quick. That was neat. I love this. How old now?
He turned 4 months.
Born this spring. Yeah.
4 months tomorrow.
Okay. This is a cool picture right here. Can I bring this back up? How's school going?
It's going. I think you got a pretty decent group of kids, so that always helps.
Yeah, I love this haze. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool shot. Pretty cool shot. Well, thank you.
Mom got the wonders of taking care of him all summer while I was gone. So
I love it. Well, thank you to you and your dad and your brother and your whole family and all you Light Limited mod guys, because that really adds a lot to the Outlaw organization. Thank you very much, Blake. So
yeah, and I couldn't do it without my dad and my brother and my mom and my wife and all of our sponsors. We had a lot of sponsors this year that helped us out. I mean, by the time they gave everything that they gave, it makes our whole summer a lot easier. So Lightning Exteriors, Wattier Auto Body, C-Beatty Concrete, Rolling Coal Trucking, and Rolling Hill Supply, Quality Auto Sales, and Rain Tree Liquor, and Hauser Performance. They kind of make the summer a lot easier when they're helping out. So
that's awesome. It takes an army, you know that, bud.
Yep.
So
takes a lot of time.
So yeah, you guys are done for the season. So I'll definitely see you at the banquet. That's November 16th and 17th, or 17th and 18th, whatever that Friday, Saturday is down there in the Ozarks. So
we'll be there.
Awesome. Well, say hi to everybody, Blake. Thanks for coming on.
Will do. We'll see you later.
Yep. Take care. Blake Otte, everybody. You're defending three-time Light Limited mod champ. Going to Unionville, Missouri next, Putnam County Fair. Tanner Michael. He's not sitting on Snuffy. That's clearly not his pulling tractor right now. So
yeah. Nope, I'm right here in a disc tractor at our county fair. Tonight is the Bull Buckout. You can see
okay, cool.
Yep, everybody in the stands over there. So quite a spot I could find is in this tractor cab. So that's where I'm doing it from.
No, I like it. I mean, you know this. I've been coming to your pull forever, and it's been fun to watch it grow over the years. And you have a lot of local pullers that help. I know Mullinex is helping. I found out last year Whitworths don't live that far away. What other local pullers? We talked about it last night on our Let's Grow Pulling show, Tanner. But how many other local pullers this is kind of pretty close to them? Like they consider like a hometown pull.
Yep. So you got the Rockin' R Robinsons. They're going to pull in that light limited class, super class here. They got two tractors. We have Michael Rhodes. He's got a diesel super that's kind of broke down right now. We got Jason Valentine. He's got a light super, or kind of a light limited super. Of course, us and Mullinex's and Whitworth clan, they only live about 15 miles away. And I actually talked to him this afternoon, and he says we're going to have a hell of a light super class here. He goes, they might be 3-4 defending national champions show up. So we're really pumped about that, coming to a little town called Unionville to put on a show. So, but all of them I mentioned, I'm sure I'm forgetting some of them. I mean, the Roosts don't live very far away. They're always,
right.
Will give a helping hand. But all those I've said, they've done a great job promoting our pool all summer. And, they all have their class they kind of run with, and they've done a good job all summer of talking to their classmates and trying to get them here, which, is awesome. So
I've always felt like Unionville is kind of one of those pools. It's late enough in the season that, there might another association might not have a pool. I remember you guys having some really big 4-1 classes back in the day, like 30 and 40. Remember, like 15, 13 and 14? Those are crazy, Tanner.
That was too. I mean, I loved it, but it was too. I mean, it was a spectacle, to see that many in one spot. But man, that got to be such a long class,
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we're expecting, 15 or 20 anyway. I'd say 4-1s, and you kind of look. I mean, I'm sure there'll be 8 to 10 pros and several 2-wheel drivers. So it'll be a good show. We're running 2 tracks, of course, and 7 classes. So the Outlaw pools, they really do a good job of keeping everybody, going. So, it won't be a very late night. My plan is to be done by 9:30, 10 o'clock. We start at 6. So, everybody can be
I
back
feel like
home.
that's a 3.5, 4-hour show easily. Yep. Yeah. 2-wheel drive modified trucks, diesel 3.0s, light limited super stocks. And I like that you have that class because autos aren't that far away, and you pick up some of the other guys as well. 4-1s, of course, that's your class. Light supers, modified tractors, and pro stocks. Last year was a great show. You had a beautiful evening, a nice fall evening. Are you guys still really warm, or is it going to cool off for you, Tanner?
So today was warm, but there was no humidity and a breeze. But the next 3 days are highs in the upper 70s, low 80s. So, and the lows at night are like upper 50s. So Friday night.
I lost you there for a second, Tanner.
Yeah, I had a phone call coming in, but Friday night's gonna be perfect. I think during the evening, it's supposed to be like right around 60, 65. So
that's good. That's nice weather, my man, for a truck and tractor pull.
Yeah.
Having a fair kind of this late in the year, it can be hit or miss, but man, you guys have really excelled with it. I mean, the amount of people that come to that place on a Friday night, it's insane. I mean, Tanner, you have gigantic crowds. I've just watched it grow over the years.
Yeah, we're, just like you said, school started and, Friday night football is going on, but, that's kind of hampered us some, but, it's trumped by such good weather we've been blessed with. Being later in the summer really helps with the weather. It's not 95 degrees out. And, our fair's been going on for 85 years. And, when you get your reputation, you got to hold that reputation, and we're trying to. So
you're doing a good job with it. People want to be coming. Like I said, the fact that Whitworth can invite some of their buddies down that pull with other organizations, if they don't have a hook, that's exciting, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited about all the classes, and the 3.0 diesel pickup class, Cole Alley from Corden, Iowa. It's only about 40 miles away. He does several customers around the Unionville area, and he kicked in a pretty big sponsorship for us to have that 3.0 diesel pickup class. So we're excited about that too, of course.
That's awesome. No, and a lot of times, you get some local pullers that get involved, because I know Jerry and Connie help a lot with stuff, and they're proud of everything, and it's fun. I love that rally atmosphere in Unionville. Like, this is our hometown pull. Let's have a good show. I got some video playing from last year kind of in the background just to show people, but I wanted to put I can take down the banner and let people watch. Just, you can see how big the crowd is, but I always worry about when I say, the crowd's really big, like you're not going to find a place to sit. You're going to find a place to sit.
Yeah.
Or you can stand or whatever. Don't worry about that. But
right. Yeah, we added about 500 seat grandstands there last year. That helped with the seating. Of course, they were, when you build a grandstands, you always worried about filling them, and they were full, so that was a blessing too. And tonight, they're full at the Bull Buckout. I don't know if you can tell; it's kind of far away, but those grandstands over there are full of people. I think they got the red, white, and blue going through the arena right now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of the, I mean, what's the biggest, closest big town to you, Tanner?
Kirksville's 15 to 20,000. So that's 45 minutes away. Other than that, I mean, you're 2 hours from Des Moines, 2.5 hours from Kansas City. So we're kind of in a pocket where we're really rural. And I think that helps some too, when you get, especially with concerts and stuff, 2 hours is kind of a long way. And that's why we have some bigger names, because it draws people from 35, 40, an hour away, to other than going to a concert in Kansas City and spending, $80. You can go to the Putnam County Fair and spend, $30 and see the same stuff. And plus you probably can sit closer too. So
yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure. If you're just joining us live with Tanner and Michael right now from the Putnam County Fair, their hometown poll, this Friday night, Unionville, Missouri starts at 6:00. 7 outlaw classes on 2 tracks. We're watching some video from last year. Tanner's actually sitting in a tractor right now at the fairgrounds. How long have you and your wife been helping at the fairground there and been part of the fair board, Tanner?
So I think, I was trying to think of this the other day. I think my first year on the board was 16. And then in 17 or 18, I got elected to president and been the president of our fair board since then. But, I'm just a small piece of the pie. I mean, we have 14 or 15 fair board members, and I'm telling you, they all bust their butts this week, and not only this week, but weeks prior, trying to get this thing, off his feet and running. And I just got a great fair board that, supports the tractor pull.
Tanner kind of froze there for a second. Everybody, we'll see if he comes back. He might be getting another phone call. When you're the president of the fair, you get a lot of phone calls during it. And then when you're live, like on a show like this, and if he gets a phone call, it's going to freeze up his camera. So we're watching. I can flip on the audio here for you quick. Ooh, that was bad. He said, about broke it. I'm going to bring that back up here 1 second. We'll turn the audio on. Again, talking to Tanner Michael, just his screen just froze up. Hopefully he'll be able to come back on. I'll let him jump back on. I'll turn the volume on here.
Couple degrees broke. This should be good.
Here she comes.
There's Tanner.
Oh. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just.
I had a phone call there, so. But
I actually said when you're the president of the fair board, you get a lot of phone calls this week.
Yeah. But like I was saying, they have an awesome fair board, and couldn't do without them. I mean, they're on Friday. Most of us try to wear like a neon shirt that says our, Putnam County Fair Board on it, and so we're pretty visible. We're easy to detect. If you need anything there, feel free to hunt one of us down. We'll try to get it done for you.
I like it. I like it a lot. Anybody else you want to thank here tonight, Tanner, before we let you go?
Well, I want to thank the Outlaws, and I want to thank you, Jason, and I want to thank all the pullers before they get here, because pulling in a 4-1 class or any class, especially with the Outlaws, man, you've got to be almost married to it. And I'm thinking about the George Byers and the David Novaks out there that run all over the place chasing points. And my hat goes off to those guys. I know I'm just thinking of our class. I know there's people in other classes I know that do the same thing, but my hat goes off to you. I know it probably becomes a job, but I just love the dedication those people have to the sport. So
points races are getting tight, and a couple of the classes that are heading your way, so these are the ones they got to make. They got to get the View, Buckner, Spencer, Bedford, as we wrap this up here. And obviously some of the classes are going to end up in October in Lufkin, but I know most of them end up here the next 2 weeks and decide who the points championship is. And as you know, we don't do this for money. You do this for pride, and you love the competition. Otherwise you would not do this. So,
exactly.
Very simple.
Yep, exactly.
Very, very simple. So, well, good deal. Good deal. Well, Tanner, thanks for coming on tonight. I'm going to play some video here of your poll for a little bit. I'm going to wait for Ken Summers to come on, talk about Buckner. Hey, let's go through. So today's Tuesday. What's going on at the fair Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday there in Unionville at the Putnam County Fair?
You guys got to see this for people tuning in. See that sheep running out there? I don't know if you can see it.
Let me make you bigger. Hold on a second. I can do that.
It's running clear out there. But anyway, we got the mutton busting going on, and one must have just got loose, and there's about 5 or 6 kids trying to chase it down. But yeah, tonight's the rodeo. Bull buck out is what we call it. Tomorrow night is the demo derby. Thursday night is our stage entertainment, which is Chris Cagle. Friday night is the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pull, and then Saturday night will be Tyler Farr on our stage. So,
ooh, that's a big name.
Yeah,
that's a big name. Well, cool. Well, I'm gonna let you go chase down that sheep. Okay.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it, Jason. I'll see you Friday.
Yep, sounds good, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
Take care.
Yeah, bye.
Tanner Michael, everybody, from the Putnam County Fair, Unionville, Missouri, this Friday. That was a fun interview. He said a sheep just escaping from the mutton button thing there. I'm going to show you some video here from Unionville, Missouri last year. Waiting for my buddy Ken Summers to come on. I have to talk about Buckner a little bit. So here's some of the light super stocks that were pulling last year. We got to do this. I want that bigger. Hold on. I don't want my face that big. I'm going to click on the right setting here. Should be working there now. Bring this up for you all. Again, this is some Outlaw Pulling TV. Outlaw Pulling TV will be there again this Friday night, 6 o'clock, Unionville, Missouri. Turn the sound on for you. Let you enjoy this a little bit. That's Brian Bowles, everybody. Or no, that's not Brian. Yeah, that's Brian. Alter Ego, sorry. Or no, I'm thinking, yeah, that's Brian. Right? Am I saying that right? Let me think. Brian. Yeah, he said Alter Ego. This is the class that Tanner was talking about. There might be some bigger, like, maybe NTPA or PPL tractors coming, because I don't think they have a hook this Friday night. And this is Whitworth's kind of close to hometown pull. So they might be coming down. You might see some other tractors you normally don't see pull with the Outlaws this Friday night in Unionville, Missouri. So I'm going to play the video for a few minutes. I'm going to text my buddy Ken Summers and see if he's coming on. Again, Outlawed Live. We do this every Tuesday night.
Wow, I thought he was going to come up short, and right there at the end of the track, got a little extra traction. I think we might have a new leader here. Had to beat 343.8. Brian Bowles goes 345.63 for the lead. Give him a round of applause. The man from Mount Vernon, Missouri. And watching that replay, he got real close to that right boundary, and I thought he was going to go out of bounds. It unsettled the left rear tire. I thought, it's all over for him. He came flying down the track. Didn't even look like he had the momentum to get past the VP leader flag, but he found a little extra traction in that last 20, 30 feet. And snuck past our points leader, Justin Hoffman. So Brian Bowles out of Mount Vernon, Missouri, moves into the top spot with 3 tractors to go in this unlimited light superstock class. Cole Robinson getting the green flag. Tractor called a bad idea.
Mr. Summers, how are you, buddy?
Oh, shoot.
Can you hear me okay, Ken?
Oh, yeah. I'll step up here where we can get heard. Yeah.
Yeah, just want to have you come on for a few minutes, talk about Buckner. I got your poster there up there on the screen. So a couple days away, big guy. How's the weather looking? How are things coming? Planning? I know it's always a busy week, full week, bud. So
it's looking good. We're got everything. We're at a planning, the final planning meeting tonight here, and everybody's getting geared up and excited. So we should be a good show. The weather's going to be good. 85 for a high, upper 60s for the low. Have the Missouri State and Outlaws there, and should be a great old time.
I don't know why it wouldn't be, Ken. I don't know why it wouldn't be at all. Should be fantastic. So
yeah. So I'll take you in the room here. You can peek real quick here.
Yeah, please do.
So here's the room where everybody's planning for the pull. Everybody say hi to hello. Beer Buddy pulling. All right, Beer Buddy? Yeah. There might be a few bush lattes going on too.
Yeah, that's the very important part of the planning process, Mr. Summers. So
Yeah.
Nope. If you're just joining us live with Ken Summers, one of the promoters of the Buckner Truck and Tractor Pull this Saturday, September 9th, 6 p.m. 2 tracks, $20 to get in. One track is all MSTPA, hot stock tractors, light pro field tractors, light super stock tractors, 9,500 pro field tractors, light modified tractors, 260 diesel trucks, pro stock gas trucks. And then on the other track, Outlaws, two-wheel drive trucks, super modifieds, 4.1 limited pros, featuring the 4.1 trifecta shootout that Sydney's battling out with the paddock tractors. It's been a three-pull sweep. They started in Platte City, Missouri. They went to Concordia, Missouri, kind of inside of a summer points race, if you will, for those three events. Whoever comes out on the top of those three, $1,000 to first, $750 to second, $500 to third, complimentary of the summer's funny farm. They're Mr. Ken himself. And then modified tractors. So you're going to see the big modifieds there, pro stock tractors, and of course the semis, which has been an amazing addition to the Outlaws this year, the semi truck class. Ken, the crowd loves it. So
they're working in there now. We're going to have a AR-15 gun raffle. It's going to be pretty cool. We did that last year. They're putting the final touches on that in there now. We're going to have the shuttle across the street from the church to run people back and forth. You can buy your ticket in the parking lot at the church, and they'll shuttle you right in up front row. But it'd be a real easy way to get in there. We're working with some football groups here to get the spectators all parked in there like they need to be, and our overflow pit parking will be across the street, and it's all coming together really nice.
No, it's fun. I mean, this is really when the adrenaline gets going, Ken, the week of the poll. I know what you're feeling right now. And it's a fun feeling. You wake up every day with, kind of a little extra pep in your step. You're inviting a few 100,000 people. I'm just but a few thousand people to your town here.
There's 100,000 invited, but we'll probably get about 3,000 or 4,000. So,
yeah. They all said they're coming on your Facebook Messenger, right?
Yeah. We have been getting a lot of people calling, wanting to know about pre-bought tickets. I was like, oh, no, you just got to come buy them at the gate, So.
Yep. But that's a good sign because that means there's a lot of new people finding out about it, Ken.
Yeah.
When you get a lot of questions like that, it tells you that your advertising is working and that there's a lot of new people. And I think a lot of people just assume that they, if they're going to a Royals game or a Chiefs game or a big concert, that they need to have their ticket ahead of time. And no, you can just come on up and we're going to be nice and just take your $20 and let you enjoy probably an awesome 4-hour truck and tractor pull. So by the looks of these classes here.
Yeah. So it'll be a really great 4-hour party. And
for sure.
I thought
you were saying something and I thought you broke up. Go
What's
ahead.
That? I said
I thought you said something. I thought you broke up.
We got good news today. Phil's got our parts in the mail. We'll have them tomorrow for colorblind, so we'll get colorblind going again. So
good deal.
Well,
you gotta go after that $1,000 trifecta shootout money this summer.
I've got to add all the footage up, so I need to print off the footage from Platte City and then print it off from Concordia so we can see exactly where the paddocks in Sydney is, and that's going to be a lot of fun being able to tease each other.
Yep. Oh, that's fun though. It's like a sweep. It's a little points race inside of a regular season like that. Those always make it fun. And I like how you combine it up with the MSTPA to kind of bring some different tractors in from different associations to do that as well. So
yeah, and there's some tractors coming that don't normally pull with the Outlaws, so that's a plus, you know. So
yep. No, we just talking about that with Tanner Michael from Unionville. It's that time of the year, Ken. If the weather's nice and not everybody's in the field yet, you kind of have a little later in the year pull. Other people might be done with their points races. You pick up some guys that still want to have some, they want to make a few passes on their vehicles here before the end of the summer and into the pulling season. And sometimes you pick up some different vehicles. It's a lot of fun. He's talking like that light super stock class could be bringing in some big heavy hitters. If they're coming to Unionville with Whitworth on Friday, they're going to come over to Buckner on Saturday. You know what I mean? And you might have some big names there. So
yeah, that'll be good. I hope Tanner's not too wore out. He can come down and play with us too.
Yeah, he said he would come to you if you came to him. I think those were his exact words.
We will see here. If everything, the tractor's supposed to go back together on Thursday, and if everything's looking good, we may show up there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he's the fair board president. They got Tyler Farr or somebody coming in Saturday night, some big country act. So
yeah,
it's gonna be hard. But maybe old Nick can sneak away with the tractor. And
think
he'll trust his dad with it. So
I don't know. I've seen his dad make some good passes on that tractor. So.
Hell yeah, so have I. He's kicked my ass many times.
Yeah, you don't ever underestimate Snuffy. You think Snuffy, man, he's almost done, and then he goes another 20 feet. So yeah.
That thing's gonna growl all of its own. So
yeah, they're good guys. Hopefully we'll make it up there. I don't know if we'll make it this year or not, but it's definitely on the radar a little bit. So yeah.
No, good deal. Again, talking with Ken Summers, the Buckner Truck and Tractor Pull this Saturday, September 9th, 6 p.m. Literally, this is a suburb of Kansas City. So that's what makes this event so cool. There's a church across the way. For extra parking, if you maybe you just need to go to church Sunday morning, they'll let you come in if you partied too late that night with Ken and everybody. It's just a fun time. The Sibley Orchard. When did you move it to the Orchard, Summers?
And we moved it after the first year we had it in Buckner. We moved it out there. And,
okay.
I'm really glad that AAA bought the property across the street, so that ensures our expanded parking because he's part of the LLC on the tractor pull, and the church is super good help, and they got lots of parking over there. And I don't know. I expect there'll probably be 60 hooks with Missouri State, and I'd say there'd be that many with the Outlaws or more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially the 4-1s. I mean, I think it's going to be one of the biggest light super classes of the year from what I'm hearing. Maybe 5 or 6 semis will probably be your smallest class, 10 two-wheelers, because you always pick up some of the Missouri State guys in the two-wheel drive class. Yeah, you're going to have 70 plus hooks, I bet, on the Outlaw side as well. So you're looking at probably 130 hook show for $20. That's pretty awesome. So
it is, yeah.
Yeah, you better have your running shoes on, Summers, Saturday, because you're the man.
I'm gonna hide. Yeah. I'm gonna sit back and watch.
Yeah,
that's the black smoke.
Yep, that's what you always say. Well, thank you for coming on tonight. I'll let you get back to your meeting. Enjoy the bush lattes. Tell everybody I said hi, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks a lot for all your help.
Yep, thanks, Ken. Ken Summers, everybody from Buckner, Missouri. He's Sydney Summers' dad, for all of you that out there, the colorblind. I forgot to ask him what the best food is. Sorry, William. I meant to do that. So if you have not signed up for the Outlaw Superfan contest yet, go to the Outlaw Pulling website. I'll bring that up for you real quick. We have 5 venues left here in the season. This weekend is Unionville Friday. Then we have Buckner. We just talked to Ken Summers Saturday. Then the next week we have Bedford, Iowa, and then Spencer, Iowa, and then Lufkin, Texas is in October. And that's part of the big Dragging and Pulling in the Pines. That's a really big event, really, really cool. People love it. A lot of stuff going on there. I want to show you guys the Case IH Superfan contest here. Got to go click on my one overlay. I'll knock this out. So head over to outlawpulling.com and then make sure you enter this. There's some different prizes here. You can go tour the plant in Racine, Wisconsin. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Case IH, of course, is the title sponsor of the Outlaws. So Ben Beller, if I'm correct, all 3 drivers in that 4-1 shootout are students at K-State. EMA, that must be some K-State thing. So he's right, though. Tyler Paddock, Megan Paddock, and Sydney Summers all go to K-State. So that's pretty cool. That is really cool. And Austin Flute says, summer went fast. Austin, I got your hat in the mail, your Coltrane hat that you won last week. So pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff there. So thank you for tuning in every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Facebook, YouTube for Outlawed Live with Ron Stone. I always co-host with him. Ron took the night off tonight. I helped him out. He covered for me last night. I had some work stuff going on. He had some work stuff going on as well tonight. And you can always listen to our show live, later in the week on iTunes or Spotify. Just go to the Let's Grow Polling tab and then just scroll down and search for Outlawed Live with Ron Stone. So I'm going to play some videos here to round out the show. And you guys have a great night. And we appreciate you coming on every Tuesday. And we'll see you in Unionville, Missouri this Friday, Buckner, Missouri this Saturday. And if you can't be there, go to outlawpolling.tv. Have a great night, everybody.
Show on August the 8th, you might want to change channels. I'm not saying that. I actually just got a text as you were saying that. Oddly, you just bring that up from the gal on ESPN saying, have a great show. I think Jason and Ron going to do the voiceovers on it next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That'll be interesting. Now, what makes you say that, Dave? I've been there and done voiceovers a many a time. It could be very interesting. Hey, talk about this guy, Ron. Talk about this guy. Let's talk about him. How long have you known about this guy, Dave? You've been around pulling longer than I have. Go back the number of years. I could not pick a year when I first heard of him, but this guy set the mark in super stock pulling. NTPA. Travel the country. Grand National winner, been everywhere. Now, folks, he's got cancer. He's been in the hospital with cancer. He just got out of the hospital on a treatment on Monday. Put the boats in this tractor and come to Rock Valley, Iowa. He's been dubbed the King of Smoke. He's a legend in the super stock division. Here comes Esden Lane out of Dayton, Minnesota. Red Line Fever.